Welcome to today's fmtraining.tv stream. My name is Margaret. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. I'm here at the wonderful Ken Tooley and Nick Hunter. We are currently working on our existing FileMaker file design modernization workshop. So I believe we'll be working on OCR this week, but don't at me if I'm wrong or if Nick is working on something else. This should be a continuation of basically Nick has been taking Ken's file and renovating it live on screen so you guys can see what it's like from a senior engineer's perspective to take a file from a customer and go like, okay, I gotta fix this. And that's what we're doing. Thursday
it needed lots of fixing.
Most files probably do. Zulu and sync calendars are going to be Thursday, so if you've ever had a calendar or wanted a calendar in your FileMaker database, it's probably a good one to drop by in. Friday will be a beginner and open Q&A training with Richard. He'll be discussing things like audit logs and capturing photos on iOS using FMGo and stuff like that. And then Monday we'll be back to doing this. So, if you'd like to support the channel, you'd greatly appreciate it. We're from FM Training annual subscription bundles. Seriously, these are really great. They're really great even if you're an intermediate developer. It's kind of a great resource and reference to have. Like, man, I've read all the FileMaker help on the topic, and I need more information about specific things I'm trying to do. Like, for example, I always bring this up, but it's always an obvious one. A lot of people work with FileMaker for a long time, don't understand how server works, or would like to understand server better. We've got a whole series on that. We've got stuff on Go, WebDirect Server, of course, everything you can think about underneath Pro to become a competent developer. And if you're totally new, this is also perfect for you. If you're like, man, I've just heard about FileMaker as a thing, and I think it might solve my problem, we've got videos breaking it down from the ground up pretty much so you can learn and become a competent developer in your own right. With that all being said, I think we're good to go. Nick, what are we doing today?
Hello, Marge. Hello, Ken. Thank you for joining today. Thank you, everybody, for being with us in this series that is what you said. Our software required. Okay, not now. Okay. So thank you for joining for this new week. I'm a little bit behind schedule on this connection of the second file, but I want to finish it completely. So I think we skipped 1 week, which is not a problem because we have some room here, right? So we're going to talk about that, March. But today, I don't know. It was scheduled as like this, right? But I don't remember. It's okay. But anyway, it's not a big problem. But I want to finish this topic of connecting two things together. Two files together with a third file in the middle, which the third file is common, right? Of both, right? So this will be interesting because I checked this weekend. And there's nothing on the internet about this topic. Absolutely none. Okay. And I'm going to show you things very interesting about it. I already did it in a different way, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to include things that I already talked about in the past, but I'm going to use that in that new topic that we are now. So it will be the same, but in a different way, so you can adapt things. So it's how FileMaker works when we have multiple files, how the scripts are interacting together, how the windows are interacting together. It will be very interesting to see, and this week will be very interesting. So it's not that complicated, but it's not something that you can find on the web. I checked, and there's absolutely nothing about this, so I'm happy to do it. Right. So
I'm excited to have it done, to have it work.
Yeah, so you will see it. It's interesting. It's an interesting way to see FileMaker. So we are going to open that file another time. So I'm going to use a common file that I'm using. I want to use a different file. So at the beginning, I need to correct this. At the beginning, I wanted to use like a AAA and a BBB, right? That means a clone of this one, but I don't want to do that. I want to show you two different files. They are built by the same person, right? But a different file. And inside this file here that I'm using here, the UI UX design, it's based on FM starting point. Okay, the foundation of that file is FM starting point. Okay, so I'm going to use this as an example how to connect two files together with a third in the midst. Okay.
Okay.
So we are going to connect this file to those two. Today is already connected to this one. So the documents that we have here, those documents, right, are related to that file here. So the document here are related to that file, okay? And on both tables here, right? So the pilot table and the balloon table, all the files that we are showing up here, all the documents we are here are inside another file. They're not in that file. They are in another one, okay? They appear here, but they belong to that file here, right?
And we did that last week for anybody who's looking to see how that happened.
Yes. So now I'm going to connect that file, this file here. I'm going to connect it as well to the other file. Okay. So that, so that easy. So I didn't do it. I just uploaded this file in my server, right? This is my server. So I uploaded this file in my server, but there's no connection whatsoever. And we already have file here. I don't know, maybe in account we have files. I think so. I think in account we have file. If we don't, that's not a problem. Yeah, here we have files. Okay. So we have files in these documents. Okay. As you can see, very similar to this. Okay, because I'm reusing the same design, but it's a different infrastructure. I mean, the file is different, right? And behind the scene, the schema is different, right? So I'm going to show you how we do this, the connection. So here we connected those two files, this one and this one. To do so, we created a table as a bridge between the two files, okay? So we created here this table, right? Let's go there and look for the table. And we created this balloon and pilot. So I'm going to, there's two tables here, but I'm going to copy one, okay? I'm going to copy this table here. And I'm going to this file, and I'm going to paste the table, right? In this schema.
Okay.
Right? So here, I'm going to paste the table, paste, okay? I'm renaming it pilot accounts because account documents, right? Because we are going to link the accounts to the documents, correct?
Got it.
Okay. So I'll rename it like this, right? Change the name. Of course, here, I'm changing the name of this, right? ID document, ID account, because this is where we are going to put the ID account, right?
Yep.
Here, I will use the current account ID, right? So I'm renaming everything following the logic of the new situation, but everything else the same. ID documents.
Just a name change. Just a name change.
Name change. I just, to make the thing more accurate, right?
And to line up. Yeah, you bet.
Yeah, and not confusing ourselves, because the name can confuse you. Sometimes when you don't have a good name, it can be very confusing. So now I have my cross-reference table here, right? So I have it, right? And I'm going to validate this. So I have my table created. I have all the pieces of the puzzle. So I'm validating the schema. I hope it will be. That's the first time I open that file from that server. So it has to build this cache. I have nothing cached, so it has to build the cache. And when I use Zoom is okay. That was fast.
No, that wasn't bad.
Yeah, wasn't bad. Okay, so now I want to connect physically this file with this file, right? So I'm going to manage external data source, right? And I'm going to add one. I'm going there. I'm saying add a file, host, and I'm going to add the documents, right?
Right.
This file here. I'm going to add a connection between the two. So now I have a physical, tangible connection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Between the two files.
Right.
Right? Okay. So now that I have this, remember what I told you last week. When you open the file, right? Because when I open this one, because I have a dependency here, because I have a connection here, FileMaker will open the file, right? We reach out for the file, but it won't be fully open. I told you that. To fully
in my
open,
brain, that's kind of attached to the file versus open.
Yeah. So we need to have a script, right? We need to have a script. I don't know if I have one in my script. Yeah, on first window open startup. I'm going to delete all of those things, okay? Because I just, for the moment, this file, this script here, I just want to open the file. So I mean, open file.
The documents fully.
Yeah, hidden, and I want to open documents. I want that to happen, right? On first window open. Oh, I have two. Yeah, this one. So now when I will open that file, this UI UX, this will be open hidden, but it will be open. That means the startup script, the on first window open script will happen. Okay, that's what we want.
Yeah, not just attached.
So now yeah, exactly. So now that we have the physical connection, I can pretty much reproduce what I've done on the other side. Here, right, we have this table here, okay? So I'm going there, and I look what I have. So I have this file here. I have this table here, the T01F, which is the table where I have the connection between accounts and documents. So I'm going to look for this table, okay? T01F, this is it. This is where I go to the documents, right? But remember, we have to do two things now. Two things that need to happen here. This table here no longer belongs to this table. I mean, this occurrence is no longer, I don't want that to be connected to the local table. Okay, I want this to be connected to the other file table.
The actual other file.
The other file, right? So I authorize it because that was the first time that I do it. So you need authorization. And I want that. But I forgot myself, talking. I need to open this, change the name, and then do it. Otherwise, he will rename this. But you put a space. Yeah.
The space, remove it.
Yeah. So now this one is no longer related to the documents table in the local file, is on the other one. I'm severing this relationship. Let's put that a little bit there. And I'm moving that here. In the same time, I need the cross-reference table in between accounts and the document on the other file. Call it T01F, accounts to xref2 accounts documents using the IDF accounts. This is my relationship. This one here, I'm going to rename it T01F1. Remember, we follow there, okay?
Because it's down
and
low.
It's no longer from accounts, it's from xref2 accounts documents to documents, and I'm using the ID documents as a link. Okay? So now that I created the occurrences, I need to connect them. The first I need to connect is this one. So this is easy. ID account with the IDF accounts. This one, easy too. IDF document with the ID documents. So now I have this table and this table, this occurrence, sorry, and this occurrence connected to the account. So I pretty much replicated what I have done last time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have a cross-reference table in between the document table that is on the other file and this account. This one is now a bridge between the two, right?
Yeah.
And technically, doing so, I didn't break anything. Remember? Doing that way, right? So yeah, because that happened when, so I break this because I don't have the same names
right
in the local table, the documents, this document table, and the document table we have here is slightly different.
Right, the names don't
So
match.
we have some break, but it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
No.
I'm going to show you how we fix it. Okay. First, what we need to fix is the table here, because the portal. Because the portal goes now to this occurrence here. Go to this one. But I want the portal to point to this one. Why? It's because I want to use a record in that table, xref2, to display things that belongs to that table here. So I am here. The main layout is connected to the T01 accounts. T01 accounts. I want this portal to show record from that table. And inside that portal, I'm going to show fields in that table. I'm using this table as a bridge only, right?
Yep.
So I'm going there.
Gary, I'm actually understanding all this now that we've talked about it a few times.
Exactly. So
yeah,
that's why I'm doing the repetition.
It's making a lot of sense.
So now I don't want to be there. I want to be there, right?
Right.
Of course, I disconnect those filters and stuff like that because this doesn't work anymore.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we can replicate them later, even though this was
if we need it.
Yeah, we don't really need it.
No.
Okay. So now let's fix this. Okay. So there's multiple ways to do that, right? My favorite ways, let's get rid of this, is to do this, right? Copy and paste. Oh yeah, but that will be broken to as well because it's not. Okay, let's fix it. Let's fix this. I want this field here, right? I want this field to be in the documents to be the file info display. This one. This one here, I want it to be the title. This one is fixed because I had it on both the document type, but but here I want the file name, not the document type. So let's put the file name. Let's replicate exactly the same thing here.
Right.
And the file date. Yeah. And of course, here, I want the container, but I want the thumbnail. Okay? The thumbnail.
Right.
Now, on the side here, we had the status or something like this.
Yeah,
right?
status, yeah.
Okay. So I don't remember which one we use here. Oh, the document type, yeah. Okay. So let's put the document type here. So this is a merge field, right? And we go and we put the document type. And this is 13 points. We also have a conditional formatting, right? So I can just do this. In that case, remember how to transfer a conditional formatting to one object to another. Here I have an old style, I have a previous conditional formatting, but we changed the table, we changed everything. So I want to transfer the conditional formatting that I have here into this field. And this conditional formatting will be replaced. I copy this object and I paste it here. And now I'm selecting I press Shift and I'm selecting this object as well. Oh, is inside, so I need to put that inside the same group. Okay, so we have, because now this is grouped, so we have a group here. Let's ungroup this. We can ungroup this. So I'm going to transfer this conditional formatting. So see, okay, we agree this one has gray, completely different, right? And now if I'm selecting both objects and I'm saying conditional formatting, boom, I get this one. I get the green color. I get this one, and I'm going to fix it. Okay.
Is it by which one's on top or which one you select first?
No, okay. We have the Z order. What the Z order? The Z order is when the object has been created. Each time you create an object, right? On the Z order, this object gets on top of the other one,
right?
Or the previous one.
Right.
You create an object, create an object. So he push down, push down
on top.
Okay. Yeah. On the Z order, imagine a list and you have the last created on top of the list. The conditional formatting, because I copy pasted, I pasted way after I created this one. So I created this way after. So this one has precedence. If I want to do the opposites, transfer this one to this one, just duplicate this one and do this.
Yeah, well, now that one's on top of the list.
And now it goes inside, But if I delete this one and I do this, now it's the green that's going to be, right? So just I fix
what it's looking at.
Yeah, which is T01F1, that my relationship to go to reach out this tag valid. And that's it. The color is set up, everything's set up, right? So now I can delete that object because now I transferred my conditional formatting from one object to another. Okay. So that's a tip that you cannot find anywhere else than here. Okay. I'm sorry, guys, but it's true.
And so along those lines, changing the order in the left sidebar, would that impact? It doesn't help. You have to use that creation order list.
Yeah, exactly. This is the creation order.
Okay.
Yeah. The Z order is what we call the creation order. It's like when you create, when you do a let's say you do go to field, right? Go to field. And you have 2 times the same field. It will always go, let's play a little bit. I like to play.
I like to learn these little things.
Yeah, because it's interesting. Because that saves you
hours.
That means I spend hours figure out why. So, so let's say we have 2 times the same field. 2 times the same field. Okay. Let's arrange this. So we have 2 times the same field. And I have here a button if you want to create it. Come on, FileMaker. So sometimes you have things slow and you don't even know why.
Right.
Okay.
I had an interesting little thing happen yesterday. I was trying to drag pictures into a folder, into a container field. And the first time I dragged it, I never got the plus and it never went, but I would go back and drag it a second time and it would go in.
Huh.
So didn't change anything, just drug it a second time and it would go in. Never did figure out what was going on with that. Just got used to dragging twice.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. This is a go to field. Okay. It's a single script step. And I'm going to go to field. And I'm going to the date created, right?
Yep.
So which one it will pick up? Right? Yeah. So if it should have go, by the way. You go to this one, okay? So here, if I create it again, you go to this one. Always go to the first created.
The low end of the Z.
Yeah. So why I'm talking about this? Because sometimes we want to always go to the first created. Conditional formatting goes to the last, it takes the last created and replace the first created. Here it's the opposite. When you have 2 times, you go to the first created. So that is why I'm talking about this. Because sometime we want to do things like this. We want a version, right, that we don't want to edit in the layout, but we need to have a go to fields and
because you need to do something with it.
And do something. So in that case, if you want, right, the go to field to go to that one, okay, you need that is off, is in outside the explicit area. You need to delete all of them, recreate them, the first one, this one, and this one here. Then it will go there. Proof of it. I said, go to fields, nothing happened. I see nothing, but proof of what I'm saying is true. Okay. Get active field name. None. Oh, hold on. I need to grant
Browse.
here. Yeah. Otherwise, and this one, none. Okay. Yeah. Go to fields. Why is not empty? That weird. Active field name, right? Okay, it doesn't want to do that. It should have go there. So let me, if I do this one here, I want to see if he's not going to this one, but it should have gone to the other one. Now you go to this one. It should have gone to this one. Okay, anyway. It goes always to the first created, so I don't understand why I did this.
Does the way you drag these on, the first created, second created, etc., also set the tab order?
Yeah, but the tab order you can change it, right?
I understand that.
But the tab order won't have any. But anyway, I don't want to spend time with this. Normally, it should have to go there, but it's okay. I messed up my demonstration. I crashed and burned.
Oh no!
Okay, it's okay. Happens sometimes.
Happens to the best of us all the time.
Yeah, we can. That's okay. It should have gone to the other side, but I don't. I didn't do that for so long because I never. But anyway, the Z order, you understand the Z order. It goes to the first. On the layout, it goes to the first created, and that's it. Yeah, I should have done the demo differently. I should have moved the first. It's okay. So let's go back to where we were. Okay. So now this table is broken because it goes to. It's broken. It goes to a table where I have no record for now. I'm just rearranging this stuff. We need to rearrange, of course. We need to rearrange the hidden states.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this here, if it's not empty, this is okay, but I need to do that and put the container. If the container if it's not empty, the container, then hide this, right? This is what I want. I want this when the container is empty, right? I want this icon.
Oh, the icon, right? Yes.
Yeah. I want this when the selected document different of the ID documents. That happened because the name of the field were different, right? So, but I just have to reconnect the dots. Same here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here the same.
Yeah, because that file name is from the original.
Exactly. And inside this, because I'm using the same delete item stuff, the same script that I'm using again, all over the place. I have I display whatever, do you want to delete blah, right? And then I'm saying, okay, I want a row, a record, or a field. So I want to delete a row and I want to display the file name here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of the documents, right? So do you want to delete this? So, but now that I have this ready, I need to change all the relationship involved in this mechanism here, okay? So I change this. So now this is pointing to the cross-reference 2, and this now is pointing to the documents file, the other file. but all the field here needs to be connected to the other file as well. So
because they're still to the UI UX documents.
exactly, they're still they're still using the TAA. So I need to change the TAA, right? The T1AA, this one. I need to change, pretty much I need to change those two, right? So I need to reconnect this. I'm changing the name. And I'm going there, pointing to documents. And I'm going to do the same here. This like this, pointing to documents, right? And then repair the relationship, right? This is the selected document with the ID of the documents, right? And here we have the UUID creation. I'm going to explain that later. And the ID accounts. I don't need the ID account here.
That's going to something kind of weird.
Yeah, no. It's I think I don't need this one. I just need this one. But the creation of files will be different. So we will fix the creation of files, because the creation we're going to use a different way. We're not going to use that relationship. By the way, we're not going to create we are not going to use that relationship at all. Okay, for the creation of records. Okay, because the process is different. Okay, we are going to change, use different things. So here the same, we are going to fix those fields that are broken, right? So the document type, we have it, right? Then we have singers. I don't want this one. This is about, I need to remove that. That was from the old design. So I need this field, that the date field, right? So the date field, so I need the file date, right? File date.
Mm-hmm.
That is my construction for the date that I'm showing all the time.
Right.
Document type is okay. The title, the documents. This is the file size converted. This is the file name. Sorry. And here, this is, export the documents. And we want to export from this relationship. I'm exporting whatever inside the container, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of this we can move around, because this will be, this need to be changed, by the way. But we are going to change it later. We are going to reuse all of those things when we are going to create what's the name? A record, right? When we are going to add a new file. And this is not is empty the container, right? And this is when is empty the container. So I reconnect the dots pretty much, following is the same thing, but using a different relationship. So now I am ready to use that. Okay. So let's put a 1 for now here. I don't want that in the middle. So now here, I have connected this table with the other file. I mean, this file with the other file here, and I'm going to show you, right, how it works.
Because
let's
there are
say
no documents there yet.
Yeah, I have no documents, because the table here, the cross-reference table that I just created, this one, is empty.
Mm-hmm.
Is empty.
Yep.
So let's say I want to connect that account with that document, right?
Right.
So I'm going to get the current account ID. That was easy.
Almost remember that one.
Yeah. So the current account ID. So look what happened. So I am here. Let's move that on the side here. Here you can see I created a new, look, I create a new record in the cross-reference table.
Right.
I paste the ID of that account here. So now this record shows up in this table.
Because it knows that side of the relationship.
So now I have connected this and this together with that relationship at the account, right?
Right.
Now I need to connect this with this, correct?
Yep.
So I'm going there, copying this ID of the document and paste it here. And boom. Paf. My document is related. Correct?
And if you select it in that portal, it should show up in the right-hand side.
Yeah, but it won't because I didn't fix the script.
Okay.
So, yeah, I forgot it. But it's okay. Thanks to my universal script, I just need to change the parameter with this. That's it. That's a fix. Wow, that's a super difficult fix, right?
Yeah, that's
the
tough.
fix was super easy because I'm using the same. I'm using the same script all of the. This technique of using the script that you change just the parameter. So you need to adopt that for yourself. Okay. So now, if I click here, the document shows up. It should. Yeah.
It's coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's say I want to show up these documents. So it shows up here. Now, I'm here in this balloon, right? I'm going to my cross-reference balloon documents. I am in the AAA pad clone. I'm in another file. I'm creating a record. I'm pasting this balloon, right? I'm copying the documents. I'm pasting here. And it's not showing up. Why? Because maybe I'm not in the right balloon ID. Oh, hold on. Balloon document, balloon, oh yeah. Maybe I'm not in the right balloon ID. Yeah. Well, that's weird. Why is not showing up here? Oh, because I must have put some. I did some tests. Last time. Yeah, we have those tag primary. I need to put some tag here. We remember. I can just remove that. That was a demo I did last time.
Yeah, we were talking about
demo.
for primaries. Yeah.
Yeah. So those
that's I think left over from before we actually broke it out.
Yeah. So boom, it's here. So yeah, no. So the same document shows up in that file and that file. But that is the freaking same document. It's inside one table here. both of them, both documents, this one, let me close this one and this one shows the document in that, but in a complete independent way. What that means? That means that if I said this, if I delete this, right? The documents goes away. Yeah, but I need to. Oh, yeah, because it's still. Normally, I should have I should remove this. The J document selected. I need to remove the dependency. Where's the selected documents? This field here needs to be blanked.
Which I think we did originally on the Quad A side.
Yeah. Oh, I need to put that. Need to be blanked, otherwise it will still show up.
Because it didn't really delete it from the document.
No, I just removed the link, but this
link to it.
But the other relationship will still show up. Okay, so it's not there, but still it's there. The document's there. The document is here, right?
Yep.
It's not deleted. It's because the documents still live here. So I can put it back on this file. I can put it back, right? It will show up again. If I create a record, I copy the ID and I copy the ID of this account. Oh yeah, boom, it's back. It's back, right? So now it's back on both, right? And
if it got changed in the documents file, like a new version comes in, it changes in the other two places?
That's what I want to demonstrate.
Perfect.
Right? So let's say I'm going to get rid of these documents. So now you have two icons. You have no file, broken. It's broken. That's why I use that icon, because okay, yeah, I used to have something here, but I don't have anything anymore. Okay, no problem. Paste another document in that container, it will show up on both.
Yeah, and in my use, I would get a new version, just drop it in, and it would just replace that one, and I'd have the current
on all the. It will replace it on all. It will show up the new version, because this is just a bridge between this file and this one, right?
Yep. Replace it in the documents, and you get the new version showing up
exactly.
In the
other if I change the file name, hello sunset, for example, okay, change the file name sunset, the name everywhere. Change. If I change the title, beautiful, beautiful sunset in Corfu, boom. Beautiful sunset, change everything.
Yeah.
Right. So
cool.
So this is how we have now two different files. So you have if you copy and paste exactly the same table, that was the demonstration of last week.
Right.
We had in the local table, in the local file, we have this table and this table identical. You have pretty much no work to do. When you have differences between the local document table that we had here in this file and this one, because they were different, right? you need to reconnect some dots, which is normal, right?
Hmm?
So if you have questions, that's the good time. Marge.
Not on Twitch or YouTube, but there's kind of, I don't know. Stu, is that like Ken, do you think that's a question I should bring up, or if that's more like a bug comment?
On the Discord stuff about the
Yeah,
trigger.
yeah.
That's in relation to when I was talking about having problems dragging things in. So yeah, it was kind of
Uh,
a sidebar. Yeah.
got it. Okay, cool. In that case, I think we're good on questions.
I have a kind of
Okay.
a totally off topic question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
If we were to put on any of these layouts on any file, because it's not really related to this solution at all. If you were to put a graphic like a logo or something that just displays on the layout, if that graphic is large in size, does that impact the performance?
No. So you want to go like a logo. That means you want to put a logo here and
Yeah,
show
just
up
put a logo
here?
on the top of the layout somewhere. We don't
No, it
have to do it. I'm just
doesn't.
wondering if that logo were large in size, does it have anything to do with would it impact the performance in any way?
What do you mean? No, anyway, the logo, even if you have a large logo, I suggest you show up a thumbnail version of it.
Okay.
You understand? So why you have a large logo?
Well, actually, it wasn't so much of a logo. I have a database that I'm putting names and people's headshots into, and I wanted to display, because I was bored and didn't have anything else to do, what this would look like on their printed badge. So I put the artwork of the badge on the layout, and then just put the thumbnail container over the top of it so we could see what it looked like. I'm just wondering if it seemed like it slowed things down a little bit.
Yeah, but you can put a thumbnail version of it, right? Thumbnail version. The thumbnail version, you can have a small version of it, or a bigger version.
Yeah. Okay.
If
That's
it's a
good. That's good
photo,
enough.
if it's a photo, right?
Yeah, and it was basically the artwork of the badge that will get printed by somebody else with a name and a photo
I understand.
on it.
Yeah, so you can have
displaying it here for grids.
Yeah. So you can have a large thumbnail. You know how thumbnails works. So here, for example, here I have a thumbnail, right?
Right.
And here, this thumbnail is 200. So let's say this is thumbnail 200, okay? But let's say I have another version. I want the thumbnail 64. Okay, so a small version of it. So I say 64 and 64. That's the size in points. So I have two versions of it now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you say, so you can have I have the 200 version and I have the 64 version. So we need to
re-put it in there to trigger the
we put in order to create the thumbnail.
Right.
Boom. A bigger version, smaller version.
Yeah.
So
I guess I was coming at it just from a graphic on. Yeah. It's the same graphic that's on every layout, every record, etc. So
if you want to do a 400, right? If the thumbnail quality, if the original file, the original photo is inferior in quality of what you ask for the thumbnails, of course, it's not going to increase the quality of your file, right? It will be, you understand what I mean? So if the thumbnail you ask for, it's if the file you put there, you paste inside the container. If the file quality is inferior to what you ask for the thumbnail is not going to increase the quality of the file, right? It will pretty much give you whatever it can display, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So here you have different versions. So for example, here, this is a 200. I could use here, I could use the 64, right?
Uh-huh.
Because I don't need more. It will be enough, you know? It's enough.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's still plenty.
It's, you know, so that will definitely increase the performance, you know, to have a small version of the thumbnail, right? So, right, voila. So if we don't have any question, we are going to end comment.
Just so everybody has it on the video, Nick, Code to Go apparently on Twitch said logos can be put into the theme to minimize the impact and even set the image as a background of a button.
Yeah.
Just
but
back to the logo versus the thumbnail part of the conversation.
Okay, that was valid at the time of FileMaker 12, but no longer. You know, what it says is to put that right here and to have a button here and to put that. I didn't do that for a long time.
He talked about putting it into the theme.
Yeah, image. You put an image here, right? So so let's take the same sunset that I have here. Right? So you create a button, right?
Right.
That a button, and you go and you put this, you choose an image. So you go button. Here, the field, instead of to be a color or gradient, it's an image. And you say choose, go to the desktop, and we take this one. So now the image is there, but so you have the image, and then you can say scale to fit.
Sure.
Right. So you have a button with an image like this. Inconvenience of this, you cannot change it on the fly.
You'd have to go back through the whole choose process again.
Yeah, this is hard-coded. This now will be this image.
Right.
What you want to do is to have an image related that change for each person. So
yeah, it's kind of two pieces. I was thinking one image that was there for everybody versus, you know, and I was just layering the changes. So simulating a badge print is all I was doing, but yeah,
we can.
No, I think there's just a couple extra tips in there, and depending on what you want to do, different ways to do it.
Yeah, if you have something static that you want always there, yeah, this technique works, right?
Yeah,
you know, even though since I always have a document table, and I'm putting all my document in one table, it is easy, and then I can demonstrate how in one how I can make these documents showing up on every single layout, every single record without doing anything. For example, I want here that image to show up as a logo with the advantage that I can change it if I want. So I'm doing this. I have IDF document logo. This is logo. IDF document logo. And of course, this is a global. Right? which I can
Yep.
I will call it link because it's a link, it's not an ID. So I have a link here. It's a global, right? And from account, I have a relationship to my document table. I call it AD, account documents. It's IDF documents. And as a comments, I'm going to do logo, right?
Okay.
Now I'm linking this link I just created to the ID documents. And now
When it catches up.
it's okay, it's almost done when he wants.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a starter script. I want that record. I want that to be the document I want in every single. So I'm setting a field. Each time I'm starting, the IDF logo with that ID. The ID of that document. Each time that I launch that file, that field, global field, will be filled with that ID. So now I can drag a field inside that document, inside that
to that
layout, using the AD, and I want the 64, for example,
Sure.
or the 200, whatever.
Whichever one.
Right? So I have this here, and we put that here. So now, boom.
Yep.
On every record, on
it's a global field.
every single record, I will have this.
Yep.
And if I change the photo, I don't know if I have another one. I want this one, for example. If I change the photo and I put that photo now in that record here, look what happened. So this will change. If you want. I need to commit the
You need to
record.
commit that.
Oh, no, sorry. I changed the wrong one. It's okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's okay. It's okay. No worry.
I guess you could also just grab the new ID document, go put it.
Yeah, I can do this. I say, okay, no. Now you can say, for example, now, for example, so you can change the ID or change if you.
Or
but what I want to show is that if you, of course, if you change the ID, change the doc. But what I want to show is that if you change for example, I want this one now. Okay, I want this one. So I go to the script, I change the ID, and I do this.
Yeah, rerun the script to reset it.
Bam, it changed it. It's this one now.
Yep.
So this can be conditional. You can have, if the guy logged in, right, is this guy, you have a user database where you have an ID of the document you want to show for that guy.
Right.
So the logo can be user-driven. Each user can have a different logo. This is how I do when I want to display the face of the people. Oh, you are logged in as Ken, and you have your picture. Because I have a user database, I have a user table, where
Right.
I have the face of the guy in my document table, and I have the ID of the user, so I can. Okay, you understand what I mean? So
Yep, yeah.
everything is based on IDs.
And the
Don't be
global for that
afraid.
person is set at startup. Yeah.
Yeah,
That all makes
don't be
sense.
afraid of using IDs. I'm using ID all the time. I don't want to have container all over the place. I have a document table and I'm related with the ID and I do whatever I want, right?
Yeah.
I can have I have my own relationship with my own ID to the same table, right? So the same table, with the same table, I can do this. I can do this. I can do whatever I want with the same table.
Yeah. And
Okay.
people can change their picture every day if they want.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Moj.
Nice extra stuff. Thank you.
So tomorrow we're going to do the creation, modification, everything
And how to
I've
link those
done.
without copying.
Yeah,
the
everything I've
IDs.
done by copy paste. I
Mhm.
copy paste not the ID. We're going to have a UI. We're going to build a UI to do this.
Perfect.
Okay, this will be fun. Thank you very much, you both. We will see you all tomorrow.
See you
bet.
tomorrow.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir.